Hello, Kidstown. What's been going on? Mr. Chase and I sure are glad you've joined us for one last look at humility. Remember, humility is putting others first by giving up what you think you deserve. We've talked a lot about humility this month, and you know what? Being humble is not easy. Part of humility and putting others first is a willingness to learn and discover new things about other people. There's always more to discover about others. And who knows? You may find things that you both have in common and you enjoy like sports and dance or playing video games. You've done a great job learning this month's memory verse. Philippians 2:3 is such an important verse. And the Bible is full of promises and commands and encouragement. You know, there's always more to discover about God's plan and how to follow Him in the Bible. As we wrap up this month and our study of humility, let's say Philippians 2:3 one more time together. Here we go. Don't do anything only to get ahead. Don't do it because you are proud. Instead, be humble. Value others more than yourselves. Philippians 2:3. If you'll remember our Bible story from Sunday, two of Jesus' followers were walking on the dusty road to Emmaus, and they were confused that Jesus had died, and they didn't understand God's plan for Jesus to die but come back to life and be the Savior of the world. Even though they had spent time with Jesus, they still had more to discover. Let's review and watch this week's version of The So-and-So Show.
Hey John, have you seen my... Wake up, John! John, wake. Why are your pants on your head?
Why aren't your pants on your head?
My name is John.
And I'm Brandon.
And we'll see you next time on the So-and-So Show.
That's right. Today we're... Wait, what? What? Why are the credits... What's going on? These credits usually come at the end of the show?
Feel like we really learned a lot today, buddy.
We have? No, we just started. Why are you...
Hey, what's your answer to the question of the day, Brandon?
No, we haven't even revealed the question.
The question of the day is, what have you discovered about God that surprised you?
Don't give it away. No, what about Kellen, the Bible story, and all that stuff?
Oh. Reveal the question!
What is happening, John? Everything is moving backwards. The show usually happens in the other direction.
I don't know that, Brandon. But I do know this. There's nothing better than a hot and fresh apple pie.
Okay, I don't know how or why, but for some reason the show is upside down right now. Everything is moving backwards. See, normally we'd start the show, maybe have a guest we talk to for a while, and then someone would say, it's Bible story time with Kellen.
Can one of you please explain what's happening?
Is everything moving backwards for you too?
Yes. Just look at the So-and-So Show players. You see what I mean?
Oh man, it's worse than I thought.
Yeah, do you have any advice?
No. But I do have an idea.
Do you think that'll work?
I don't know. Let's see.
It worked! Great!
What's our story today, Kellen?
Our story today was written down by a guy named Luke in a book we now call Luke. He wrote about two followers of Jesus who were walking on the road to a village called Emmaus.
I woke up this morning and for a moment I was happy. I'd forgotten about all the things that had happened. But then I remembered.
I can't believe he's gone.
I don't even know what to do now. My whole world is turned upside down.
As they were walking, a man they didn't recognize came up and walked alongside them.
What's up?
Hello.
What are you talking about as you walk along?
You know, just all the stuff that's been going on in Jerusalem with Jesus. Are you the only person visiting Jerusalem who doesn't know about the things that have happened these last few days?
What things?
About Jesus of Nazareth.
He was a prophet.
He was powerful in everything he said and did.
We really thought he would be the one to set our people free.
Yeah, but then our rulers had him arrested and sentenced to die.
They nailed him to a cross.
And now it's the third day since he died.
But then
Then what?
we were told that our friends went to Jesus' tomb and it was empty.
Somebody must have stolen the body.
Mary and the others said that there were angels.
I know, but...
The angels said that Jesus was still alive.
We really want to believe it's true. But how could it be?
They walked on, still very confused and sad. They had no idea that the man walking with them was actually Jesus himself.
How foolish both of you are.
Excuse me?
How long it takes you to believe what the prophets said? Didn't the Messiah have to suffer these things and then receive his glory?
I mean, I guess.
We're a little rusty on what the prophet said.
Then, Jesus explained everything that was said about himself in Scripture, rewinding all the way back to Moses and the prophets. It was like God had planned for this all along.
Wow, it makes so much sense now.
You sure know a lot about Jesus.
Yeah. Here we are. Oh, wait. Do you have to keep walking? I have so much more to ask.
It's getting dark. You could stay the night with us.
Join us for dinner at least.
Okay.
Oh,
Right.
super. I make great bread.
So the man they thought was a stranger, but really was Jesus, joined them for dinner. And when Jesus gave thanks and broke bread, they finally recognized him.
No way! It's Jesus.
But then Jesus disappeared from their sight.
Did you? Was he?
I did, and he was.
I knew there was something special about him.
The way he taught us about the prophets and Moses, we were so excited on the road,
we
weren't
have to go back to Jerusalem and tell everyone.
They'll never believe us.
We have to try.
When they got to Jerusalem, they told the 11 disciples what had been hard for them to believe, but what they knew to be true, what God had known would happen all along, that Jesus had come back from the dead. He was alive. The end. Hey, great job, so-and-so show players. Oh no, they're going backwards again.
I couldn't resist. Cool story, Kellen.
Isn't it though? Those two on the road thought they understood what was going on. Then God goes and does something completely impossible by bringing Jesus back from the dead. I always think it's surprising how God's plan works out.
I know, but God plans for things like thousands of years in advance. How could we ever understand?
We probably can't, but it helps to kind of rewind and see how God has made things work out in the past. That way, even if bad things happen or things we don't understand, we can trust that someone who is bigger and smarter than we are has got things under control.
I wonder if God's got one of these.
Probably not.
Yeah. His is probably way bigger.
Sure.
Whoa, it's Bible story time with Kellen.
Oh, boy.
Now I'll leave you to
Wait,
it.
you
Bye.
Wow, that's someone who knows stuff was amazing. Makes me want to bake a pie.
I don't even know how to deal with you right now.
Thanks for having me. Bye.
That is awesome. Well, hey, that's all the time we have today, Felina. Thanks for coming on the show.
Well, I think the best thing to remember is that even if your pie recipe doesn't turn out the way you expect, you can still have fun baking it.
That's yummy. Any advice for someone out there who might want to learn how to bake a pie?
I still don't know why this is happening.
Oh, you know, apple, cherry, pecan, strawberry rhubarb, all the classics.
But hey, I don't have to know everything, right?
I'll have to try that. Hey, what are your favorite pies?
Sometimes it's better to be surprised.
Oh, yes.
Oh, there's no right or wrong way to eat a pie, but I like to just pick up a nice warm pie and just smash it in my face.
I know we already did this, but
You know, I've always wondered, what's the best way to eat a pie?
reveal the question. What have you discovered about God that surprised you?
My name is Felina Tossi, and I make pies.
Oh, well, welcome to the show. Who are you and what do you know?
It could be something that you've read about God in the Bible, or it could be something that God has done in your own life.
Welcome. Good to see you.
Talk about it together. And we'll see you again, hopefully right side up this time, on the So-and-So Show.
And I'm John.
We know who you are, John.
Welcome to the So-and-So Show.
And action.
Guys, here we go.
Ow.
Marking.
Loud.
Rolling.
So what are you doing after the show?
Going to replace the batteries in this remote.
Ooh, that was good. Oh. Thank you. What do I have to do to get some coffee around here?
Hey, John, are you ready to start the show? Now I'm confused.
So if you don't learn anything else this week, hear this. There's always more to discover about God's plan. And it was true for Jesus' followers on the road to Emmaus. And it's true for us today. And it's true that there's always more to learn about school, or there's always more to learn about other people. And there's always more to learn about anything in the world. There's always more to learn. So today's activity is super simple. We're going to be making a reminder bracelet. And these are paper clips. And paper clips have so many different uses. One of their uses is holding papers together, or another one is to clip a paper to your laptop or your desk, and that is so that you will remember something. And today's activity is going to help us remember that there's always more to learn about God's plan. So all you're going to want to do is go get some paper clips. I have already put together a bunch of paper clips here. Now you're just going to hook them together, and you're going to hook them together and make a nice little line here like this, and then you're going to put it around your wrist like that. Look at that. So this bracelet is going to help us remember that there's always more to learn about God's plan. Just like there's always more to discover about God's plan, our paper clip is a circle, and a circle is never ending. And that's a lot like God's plan. There's so much more for us to discover about it. And just when you think you know all of it, you'll discover that there is even more than that. It's never ending. And we're always learning, and we're always finding new ways to live for Him. And just like Jesus helped the man in the story better understand God's plan, He's doing that for us too. And as followers of Jesus, we never quit discovering more about God and the plans that He has for our lives. So just keep listening, reading, praying, and talking to those who loved God, like the men on the road to Emmaus, and you'll be amazed at what you learn.